Yeah, so just looking over, Michigan State and, going back and really, looking at their staff again and what, the guys that Harlan Bennett has helped develop in the NFL draft players, whether it was Trey Waynes or a lot of mid-round guys. And, Harlan Bennett was a staple of D'Antonio, and getting him back, I mean, he's pretty much been the catalyst here to getting these two corners from Texas that are currently committed to Michigan State. And, we just got done watching Jalen Braxton from Frisco. This guy's from a little east of that in Denton, Ryan. And Denton has unbelievable football players. You have the Bowens and, Arnold, the quarterback. And there's so many other, talented guys, that play in this type of division. So, but really, this player in particular, so you have Scotty Hazelton, who, just looked his bio up. He's a guy that was from Colorado, then he was Wyoming, and he's from, an hour outside of Colorado or an hour outside of Denver, and he's very well traveled, and, he was at Kansas State, and he's worked his way up, and, he has the beard, the gray beard, and he just has the look of a defensive coordinator, and a grizzled kind of DC. And then you look at Harlan, all right, the guy, I think it's Harlan Johnson, all right, I'm getting that name wrong for sure, but he's a guy that is out there and he's recruiting these players, okay? So, he's a guy that's been with D'Antonio, and they've always had really good secondaries that have always played clean football, and last year was a transition period, and also Aiden O'Connell and C.J. Stroud, that's home to some of the best wide receivers and quarterbacks in the country. I mean, you have Smith and Jigba, David Bell. It was tough, but when they even played against Nebraska or other teams, their defense did solid. But all right, let's deep dive right now in the Chance Rucker, because if you're a cornerback enthusiast, you're going to really enjoy his tape, even if you're not just a Michigan State fan. So let's get to the point here. All right, so right here, he's impressed so much. And that's what I really love about this tape is, let's see here, he shadows, and the wide receiver doesn't really the wide receiver doesn't give any inclination that he's come doing a comeback. I mean, there's no slow off the line, where am I going? No, he doesn't really sell at the wide receiver. Big wide receiver with speed. But watch here. He notices the ball's underthrown, locates this thing, boxes him out, and he is 6'1", but he has the athleticism. He's compact, so it looks at times like he's 5'11" on tape, and that's a compliment, meaning that he plays like he's really quick and really low center of gravity, low to the ground. There you're going to see him with a nice dislodge right there of the football. Let's see him again on lockdown. On the island, okay? That's where he's going to be at Michigan State, where he has a chance to play early in his career. Okay, let's watch the full play. Really good physicality in press. Hand usage, knows it's 5 yards, lets him really gets into the wide receiver, makes him very uncomfortable. Wide receiver definitely feels him on that play. Okay, let's see. This is an impressive wide receiver, because that was a really good release by this wide receiver. The way that the wide receiver's lined up too, he looks like he's ready to jet. Wide receiver goes a little, stutter steps, some motions, little motions, and then this wide receiver is probably going to be a college wide receiver. I don't know that area that well, but he looks very, very good. And for Chance Rucker to be able to stick with him on this route is incredibly impressive, and then feels the ball and plays it. So different wide receiver, bigger wide receiver. He is very, very effective against bigger wide receivers. They're knocking out physical Chance. And Chance also has tremendous speed. And, here's a guy that also can run. All right, so Rucker's shutting him down, and Rucker's on the island right here. Rucker gets underneath the receiver, and Rucker takes on the difficult assignment, and I really respect that. Like, there's a fearlessness that you got to play with as a cornerback to be on the island. And if you're going to be an NFL guy, if you're going to be a Sunday guy, you're going to have to be on that island. And I mean, he's on the island more than just about any wide receiver, just about any other cornerback. So, put it this way: it's like you're playing in Texas. It's wide open offense. It's great quarterbacks, great wide receivers. Here he's going against the Oklahoma quarterback. This is the rivalry game here. Breaks on that ball. This is an off too. I mean, his instincts are great. Jalen Braxton and him are going to be battling. I think that Rucker, it's tough to beat this film because I think Rucker even has Sunday potential. Now, Braxton can get there, but I think that you look at Chance and, wow, could he even start? Could he be an early enrollee next year and really compete for that starting spot? You look at him here, and this is just great. This is against the really talented wide receiver. Listen, he's just in great position for this route. And then actually, what a throw by that quarterback, too. That quarterback's getting hit as he's throwing this ball. And damn, that's a dime. And he just looks for the hands against the really talented wide receiver from this school. So I think that this guy's a versatile football player. Oof, what a move there. Oh, boy. Underthrown football, though. Let's see, though. In off, that was tough. Should have, on this route for the receiver, by the way, take it like, I don't know about the timing of it, but really really get in Rucker's, frame a little bit more. Like instead of a five and go, if it's a 7 and go, he really is going to get by him. But look, he recovers really well. He's not given a head start, and he plays the ball well. Okay, plays the football really well. So it's going to take a good throw to beat Chance Rucker. Oh wow! This is really a good corner in this class. Watching Chance Rucker, he is a really good corner in this class. I wonder if he can even be a top 15 corner in the class, top 10 corner in the class. Because more guys are going to have more flashy, INTs, take it to the crib type of plays. But I just think that this guy's going to be really solid, man. Really solid. And I like these reps more of playing the ball, going, a lot of guys can again, intercept overthrown passes and then can, take it back to the crib for INT returns for touchdowns. But I like seeing mano-a-mano, again, even if the interception totals are not up, I don't mind that. I just want to see coverage. I want to see form. And I think Michigan State, I think this guy is an absolute gem. Just the more you watch him, the more you appreciate. And the fact he's 6'1", too, is just, you think he would be 5'10". Wow. So this guy is NFL type ability. There's no doubt about it. And he's playing the best of the best competition. So, I love the recruit for Michigan State. Love the recruit. I think he should be a 93, whatever. They probably have him as an 89 on 24/7. Really love the player. And you look at these players are very different. Jalen Braxton, who's from Frisco near Dallas, he's more of the off ball guy, and he's gonna get a lot of shine. He's gonna intercept the football. He still has good coverage skills. He has really good length at 6 feet. His wingspan, he's very athletic and fluid. This guy is more compact. But Jalen Braxton's going to be a guy that's going to intercept the ball a lot. Jalen Braxton really could play off better. This guy is really more of a press cornerback. All right, so it's going to be interesting how these two guys play at Michigan State, how Harlan wants to allocate them, Scotty Hazeltine. It's just a great defensive staff. When you really just go down these coaches on Michigan State and the guys that Mel has on this defensive staff, their defense is going to get right. Their defense is going to get right.